So here I am, my review of UFC 70. Shocking night. The wave of upsets continues. It was amazing. It was a crazy night. Wasn't the most exciting card that we've ever had, but it should have been a lot better. So let me get straight into it. First fight we saw, first fight that I reviewed or that I predicted, was Chet Congo versus Suero Silva. Congo pretty much dominated the whole stand-up. I felt the first round was a pretty exciting round. Congo had really crisp stand-ups, some good kicks, a lot of really good combinations. I was actually pretty impressed with him, and I wasn't in his last fight, or actually his last two fights. I wasn't very impressed with him. So this fight, he showed me, and his conditioning was good. He didn't gas out at all, and he earned himself the majority decision. It was better than a majority decision. I don't know how that one ref, or that one judge scored it 28 all. But I will give Suero Silva some credit. His takedowns were awesome. I mean, he was just overpowering him. I mean, he had a full sprawl and only had one leg, and Suero Silva just picked him up and took him down. I mean, you got to be a strong man to do that. So, but once he had him on the ground, he couldn't do anything. So if you remember my predictions, I got that one wrong. But that happens. Move on. Next fight that we saw was fight of the night. Elvis Sedicic versus Michael Bisping. Now, I felt that this was a pretty one-sided match. I didn't feel that that going into it that Elvis had that big of a chance to win. I mean, it is MMA, and with all the upsets we've had, he did have a chance. But Michael Bisping's he's on the rise, and he showed me some good stand-up, and some really vicious ground and pound. I mean, when he had him on the ground, he was dropping bombs on him. And my hat's off to Elvis Sedicic. He took the punishment. He stayed composed. He was never panicking. He was never, he looked calm even though he was getting bombs dropped on him. I thought at one point in the first round they could have stopped the fight, but they didn't. They gave Sedicic, who's a veteran, and he's been in trouble in fights before, and they haven't stopped it. So I think they knew him pretty well. Made it to the second round. Had 3 cuts on his head. He had one on his forehead, one right outside his right eye, and one on his cheek, on his left cheek, and that was they were all bad cuts. But took the punishment, stood in there. He was totally just wrecked after the first round. He had no chance in that second round. He knocked him over with that knee. And it was funny because the crowd really reacted to it. I didn't think it was as bad as it might have been, but Bisping recovered from it because Sedicic got his back, and the choke wasn't greatly close to being put on, but it was closer than probably Bisping wanted it to be. But Bisping reversed it, more ground and pound. Ref stepped in, a smart stoppage, and that was easily the fight of the night, in my opinion. So looking forward to Michael Bisping moving up to fighting a better opponent in his next fight, one of the top light heavyweights in the UFC. I think he's ready for it. I think it'll present a challenge for him, and we'll see how good this kid really is. Next fight was the undercard fight that I did not predict. That was 2 lightweights. That was an exciting fight. I mean, I am a firm believer that after the last couple of pay-per-views, that a lightweight fight can sometimes save a card. We had already had one exciting fight, so it was kind of cool to get another one. It was cool. I don't know the guys' names, but I liked the fight. It was a crazy finish. Pretty much almost had him in that standing guillotine, and then he got out of it and went to the ground, and he got him in a guillotine on the ground, and finally ended it there, seconds after. But I thought we almost got to see the rarity of a guy getting finished in a standing guillotine. The guy was smart though. That was in the guillotine. He was staying close to the cage and wasn't letting him jump guard, because then it would have been lights out for him. But good fight, exciting fight. It's kind of there was some ground and pound in it. The guy who ended up winning, he also had a better stand-up. Rocked him with like the first punch of the night. So it's a good fight. I'm glad they showed that one. Next fight was the one that I was really looking forward to, just because whenever you match up two top 10 heavyweights, I think you're in store for a really good fight. And it was Andre Arlovski against Fabricio Verdum. Um, it didn't live up to the hype. It really should have been a better fight. I'm blaming the pace of the fight. I'm kind of blaming that on Verdum. He did not push the pace at all. He was retreating the whole time. So I put like 70% of the blame of the fight being boring on Verdum. Um, but Andre Arlovski, still, he could have engaged a little bit more. The first round was the only real exciting round of the fight. Arlovski just had cleaner stand-up. Verdum did land some punches, but they were kind of glancing blows, and they looked like something when he was coming forward, because he kind of comes forward like a train wreck, and just like a la Babalu Liddell too. He just starts throwing. But Arlovski was landing some crisp punches and stuffing the few takedowns that Verdum actually tried for. I was disappointed in the fight. I was hoping for more. I was rooting for Arlovski, but I did predict Verdum to win just because I thought he would be able to get the fight down. Because they were the same size fighters, and I thought he could get inside on him, but he just seemed real tentative. Most effective thing that Arlovski threw in that whole fight was the leg kicks. Verdum had welts on both sides of his leg, of his front leg, by the end of the second round, and so that might have had something to do with him not shooting, but I just felt that he should have gone for the takedown because he is a master on the ground. So I was disappointed in that fight. Now we move on to the main event. When is this wave of upsets going to stop? This next pay-per-view with Liddell and Rampage. Liddell, it will probably be a favorite, but it won't be that big of a favorite. So, if Rampage wins, it won't be, oh my God, he shocked the world. But Gonzaga shocked the world just like Matt Serra did. I'm putting this one actually second in my line of upsets, with Matt Serra beating GSP. That was the number one welterweight in the world getting beat by an unranked welterweight. This one was an unranked heavyweight beating the number 2 heavyweight in the world. Other big upsets that we've had over the last couple months. Nick Diaz beating Takanori Gomi, and I don't care if they change it to a no contest, because weed is not a performance-enhancing drug. Yeah, Diaz won that fight. He choked him out and should get credit for it. Dan Henderson beating Wanderlei Silva, Randy Couture beating Tim Sylvia, Josh Koscheck beating Diego Sanchez. All those fights were upsets in my eyes. So it continued. Gonzaga came out, stand-up was crisp, clean. He was moving forward. He was engaging. He had Crow Cop on his heels, and Crow Cop's a great counterpuncher, so I'm sure he was comfortable. And the kick did catch him. That's pretty much what it did. Just caught him. It wasn't. I wouldn't say that Gonzaga would beat him. I think Gonzaga was a better fighter. Crow Cop is still, one of the best fighters in the world. But he got caught. The thing that shocked me the most, other than the high kick, of course, about the fight was that one body kick that Crow Cop landed and the massive welt on his side. Just one kick. So I would have liked to see the fight go a different way, but it's good for the division. It creates another heavyweight contender. Gabriel Gonzaga is now going to be a name because he beat Crow Cop. So that I'm looking forward to that. All in all, the whole card, I give it a C+. It wasn't very good. I prefer to watch them on pay-per-view after seeing this one on live TV, because of no commercials. They were throwing commercials. I like hearing about the fight. I like hearing what the coaches were saying in between rounds, and the fact that they went to commercial between every single round and then between fights, and it just seemed like there was a lot of commercials in that 3-hour show. So I prefer it on pay-per-view. That's just me. But you know, it was cool to see it on live TV. I'm hoping that it brought in some new fans. Um, wish it would have been a little better, but no, it definitely wasn't the worst card we've ever had. That goes to UFC 61 in my opinion. So um, I'm going to do a kind of a question answering thing later in the week. I've had some questions through messages and comments, and just to let everybody know I was wrong about the whole pay-per-view. You know, I was only 2 for 5 in my guesses, so hopefully I'll turn that around, and I'll just research harder. But I'm not going to stop, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll be back later in the week. If you have any questions, message, comment me. You know, as long as they have something to do with MMA, I'd be more than happy to answer them on a video. Alright, check you guys later. Night Train, Shocker, we're out.